Briscoe from the Greater Ossining Chamber of Commerce Chamber Chats series, where we get to talk to Ossining Chamber of Commerce businesses. And I'm here with Heather McCardle, the president of the Ossining Food Pantry. How are you?
Very well.
Nice
Thanks
to
very
see
much,
you.
Mike, for having me on Chamber Chats.
You got it. Can you introduce yourself again to the audience?
Yes, thank you. I'm Heather McCardle. I was just voted in as the president of the Ossining Food Pantry. We have been serving our neighbors who are in need of due to food insecurity since 1988.
Wow.
And one of the first things I would like to do as president is to actually get our name out there a little bit more in the community so that people are familiar with the name and they know that we provide food to those people who need it.
So a lot of us that have been around here for a long time in the Ossining area know about the Ossining Food Pantry, and so as you just said, started in 1988, so that's a while ago, right?
Yes,
that's like 37 years ago or something like that, 38 years ago. So that's great, and so is that one of your main new missions, is just to get the word out more?
Yes.
That's
my personal primary goal.
Okay.
My second goal is to actually, I guess, deepen the bench for our volunteers.
What do you mean by that?
We currently have over 110, 114 volunteers.
Okay.
We are an all volunteer organization. We have no paid staff whatsoever. And the volunteers we have are amazing.
It's a lot of volunteers.
A lot of volunteers. And we have volunteers who do the administrative portion that will actually do the volunteers coordinating. They will be doing, the taxes. They will be doing the organization and the logistics of purchasing the foods items that we bring in. We then have volunteers in a multitude of programs every week that will then receive the foods that have been purchased, offload the truck, get them organized inside Grace Trinity Episcopal Church that we work out of.
Okay.
And then the distributions, which are the two programs that will actually feed the clients that come to us who are in need of food.
So can you tell us a little bit about the mission of the food pantry? So we're getting food to people that have food insecurities. Is that the right term for that? Is food insecurity meaning like they're not sure where the next meal is going to come from, or it's that, can you get into a little more detail about that, or they just not have any food, or what is the story?
It's the full gamut. It is anyone in Ossining and Briarcliff who is in need of food assistance. So we have homebound clients, but we also have people who are recently unemployed, or we have people who are employed, but through their job or jobs they're not able to make ends meet, and they still need a little bit of that food. If they're hungry, we can help them. We can provide them food. They can come once a week. We require some minor documentation from them. Okay. But all of that is on our webpage, which is ossiningfoodpantry.org. Pretty much every question that you would have can be answered on that webpage, or I can answer it for you.
It's a really serious situation too, because things like that can happen so fast.
Yes.
And it can be scary for. I would imagine that some people might be surprised to see who has food insecurities and who might need it, because if you have, there could be, I'm sure, all sorts of situations, like if you have a job and you have car payments and house payments and children and all kinds of things, and that job goes away, you can very quickly get in a very serious situation. Right. And the first thing we all need, of course, is food.
Yes.
And
food is very expensive now as well.
Very expensive.
So it's also putting a different level of stress on families and people in our community. Right. And it's scary. It's our neighbors. One of our taglines is helping our neighbors in need. And they are our neighbors.
Right.
They live next to us in some cases.
How do you handle a situation where somebody's not going to feel, embarrassed or upset? I mean, they're probably going to be scared and upset, but how do you handle that kind of thing? Because some people might not reach out for help because they're too embarrassed to do it.
I hope
at that moment.
I hope that's not true.
And I could have that completely wrong.
Yeah.
I just feel like that might be the situation for some people.
It may be, and I hope that's not true. I would hope that anyone who needs food would actually feel comfortable enough coming to us and saying, and we do have people that, you know, they don't have the few pieces of information that we need from them, but they'll come in and they'll say, you know, we're hungry, can we have food?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, let's sit down and work out a way. We're
Right.
going to, you'll be able to have food and you can use this. We just need to make sure that when you come back again, that we can help you the second time. And that's, you know, we don't want you to be hungry.
Right. So how can people get food to you? You know, so I'd like to know about the whole cycle of how it happens. So,
Right.
you know, you're a place where people in need can come and get some food. But how can somebody, if they have the means to donate food, what kind of food? How do they donate it?
Thank you.
What are they bringing you?
So the number one way I would suggest people to help would be to visit our website. That's ossiningfoodpantry.org,
Okay.
and click on the donate button.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because we order food by the pallet. We will have 8 to 10 tons of food delivered every week,
Wow.
in
That's incredible.
and out.
So if I can just interrupt you for a second.
Yeah.
So are people donating money so you can get food, or are people donating food?
Both.
Okay.
Our organization is pretty well run. We have an administrative arm that will handle the incoming donations, monetary donations,
Mm-hmm.
keep track of that, financial responsibilities, banking. We also have what we call in-kind food donations, and that's where the food from food drives would come into us and be donated by the organizer of the food drive.
Okay.
And we appreciate that food too. That is all food that we say thank you for.
Mm-hmm.
The in-kind food often requires a lot more volunteer time and effort. So in order to collect the donated food, to bring it back to the food pantry storage area where we have it, to log it in for information, keeping track of it, and then to store it to be distributed later is very labor intensive. We would absolutely welcome in-kind food donations.
Mm-hmm.
However, when we get a monetary donation, that money can be put toward purchasing a pallet of all food that is the same size, the same kind, so that when we're unpacking it and when we're putting it on the tables for distribution for the clients, it's faster and easier, and we can get it for cheaper.
Right.
Because we're buying it in massive quantities.
Right, and it seems like it would be a lot more efficient because since you guys are probably experts at this, you can get it for less expensive. You can get probably the food that's needed to cover different
Food we
food
know,
groups and things
yeah.
that we know are good for people.
And certain foods go much faster than other foods.
Right.
Rice, oil are both our top movers. But we have, especially in the summer, but during the winter as well, we're purchasing fresh fruits and vegetables. We have frozen meats. We have milk, cheese maybe not. We have milk, butter, and eggs often every week. So it's really to supplement their food purchasing that they would be doing every week. And it's a lot of food for a lot of people. We're right now, at the time of this
I had no idea it was
recording,
that much food.
we have over 450 families a week that we're feeding.
Wow.
And it's a wonderful organization. I'm proud to have been elected the president.
That sounds great. You know, and I would imagine that a lot of people in this community don't realize that there's such an issue, such a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Would you agree with
I
that?
would. And I it's one of the reasons I appreciate your time here this morning is I can help to get that word out just for awareness purposes.
Is that going to be some of your messaging that you hope to get out there?
Yes.
Because I really didn't know the volume of food that you're getting. I had no idea it was that much.
Yeah. And it's moving.
Yeah.
Families are coming in and
Right.
they're getting it, and they're getting good food, shelf stable and fresh and dairy and protein. It's a wonderful thing, and we need volunteers. We need that's my second goal is to find that deeper bench of volunteers who have the skills of social media, of working on a web page, of, you know, people who might be interested in organizing or running one of our programs and just have the ability to work with logistics, a lot of moving parts,
Right.
finances, all of these things where an organization that is purely volunteer does not have those specialists with that background knowledge.
Right.
And so we're always kind of looking for specialists who, you know, you don't have to be the expert and answer every question, but you have knowledge that we don't. And that's just plain helpful to us and
Yeah.
helpful to our clients.
Well, these days, you know, getting the word out has never been easier than it is these days through social media. And I think that's great. And I think you're going to make a fantastic president for this organization.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for letting us use your studio at the Mike Briscoe
You know,
School.
and getting the word out there, I think once people start to know, do you want more volunteers?
We do.
You do. So how can people get in touch with you? Where are you located? Can you just let everybody know that?
Thank you. So if you're in need of food, first of all, ossingfoodpantry.org has the answers to all of those questions.
Okay.
However, we are physically located out of Grace Trinity Episcopal Church on
Okay.
South Highland Avenue. It's
All
the
right.
church with the red doors.
Okay.
We also have a secondary location, what Feeding Westchester does. It's called the Mobile Food Pantry, and that works out of Star of Bethlehem Church parking lot. And those dates and times are on the webpage. On our webpage, we have a volunteer webpage.
Mm-hmm.
And the volunteers can just, if they have a specific skill or they have an interest, please put that in the form. But let us know that you're interested in volunteering, or if there's something in particular that you would like to do, because I am looking for you.
Right.
I would love to have a conversation, and that would be great.
Well, it's great to build a strong team like that. That's how you get things done.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that's fantastic, and thanks for the education on the Ossining Food Pantry. And I'm sure people are gonna reach out to you. And thanks for joining us on
Thank you
Chamber
very much.
Chats.
I appreciate it.
All right, this is Mike Briscoe signing off with Heather. Please reach out to her and let her know if you're interested in helping. And signing off for the Greater Ossining Chamber of Commerce Chamber Chats.